Hey guys, another small insight I just had while walking in the morning time through the forest about narcissistic psychopathic abuse. The psychopath power is narrative control in the first place. Of course, embedded in the coercive control strategy, it means there is power, influence, and status based on falsehood that requires a lot of maintenance, that drains the psychopath. But truth is something that prevails without maintenance and shows over time. Therefore, we go the long run. But that's not what I wanted to reveal. I wanted to reveal that coercive control, and you have been target number one for the family cult, the narcissist, the psychopath, can be the reason. You know, when you're target number one, the reason is because of your qualities. If you're just an enabler, if you're just another con artist, a servant, then you're not target number one. You're target number one when you have special abilities and a function that goes beyond these normal participants inside the cult, all right? So you have a position that can't be tolerated because of your qualities. It makes everybody else look like fake. It reveals it, you can't be controlled. Therefore, you're target number one. And the thing is, these people never took away anything from you. Your potency was always there. Your fertility was always there. And I know that these two terms are double layered. They can be understood as general terms, but they can also be sexualized. And I did not start this. I did not start any form of being competitive. I don't need that. And it has never changed. I repeat, your potency, your fertility, your qualities and your abilities, your self-regulation, your authenticity, your emotional ability to relate has never changed. It has just been changed inside the cult through coercion, gaslighting, and the pretension inside the cult and the expanding, malignantly, cancer-like growing narration that ripples outward into everybody who is in touch with the cult. But inside you, it never changed. Therefore, taking it back does not mean that you get something back that you have lost, because it is always there just the same way. It means that what you have to do is you need to destroy the false narration, the shared fantasy space. And you can only enforce that by creating facts, by being proactively. This means the coercive control was meant to give you the impression that you have no power over the situation, and therefore you should conclude not to take action, because you can't. This would have meant that the projection has worked. The impotence and infertility of the narcissistic family cult has been successfully implanted in your mind through entraining and coercive control. But you prove them wrong only by creating facts they can't deny. This will destroy the narration. To do this, they must reveal the dysfunction. We're living in a world and in a society where we're not allowed to use certain steps ourselves. We're living in a society where dysfunction must show through emergency that appears. In other words, we must wait until it's too late to prevent the damage. We need the damage and the dysfunction to surface. Then it is time. And again, you have never changed. Nothing has been taken from you. It has always been the same way. It's just that a malignant fantasy has been established inside the minds of the cult and emanated outward to create a false narration. But truth prevails, needs no maintenance, and dissolves it. In other words, inject truth and reality inside the cult, and it will dissolve. But you need to wait until the venomous, toxic dynamic surfaces. We need to wait until it's too late in some way. But then it's time.